Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm so happy. I'm super happy because the strategy is finally becoming so important. Why do I say so? Because you see guys, like one thing I can tell you is that whenever you do something and you spend a lot of work and time doing it and it starts working out, that is one of the most satisfying feelings ever that you can ever have. You see, I've spent a lot of time working out this thing of Forex, trying many strategies, trying to find one that can work, that can make sense, that can logically be explained to anyone at any point, and to see what the strategy is achieving. Guys, I'm so super happy. I can tell you that I've done a lot of strategies. I've tried a lot of strategies. Just like any beginner trader, I've been trading for 1.5 years so far. This is my second year. I started last year in March, in April, and we are in June. So I've spent 1 and 2 years, not and a half years. It is 1 year and 2 months. Guys, don't worry about me. I'm so excited. 1 year and 2 months so far. That is 14 months. And to be able to tell you that I can authoritatively say that this strategy so far, it is the best out of the strategies I've been using. Guys, it is something big, it is something huge. I'm so emotional, despite the fact that I'm rarely emotional. Like, it really, I've always wanted something that makes logical sense, something that I can explain to anyone at any time, and I can be able to explain it over and over again, and it still makes the same sense. It doesn't mean that this strategy does not lose. I've seen some losses when I'm backtesting, but the wins are more than the losses, and the risk to reward ratio is insane. You can literally use this strategy to flip accounts. I know someone will say, flipping, no, that is gambling. Yes, it is gambling, I know. But with this strategy, you become so confident to an extent that it is easy for you to risk it all in order to flip an account. I can tell you, and I will show you how to do it. Just make sure you keep yourself on this channel. Day by day, I'll be showing you how to do it. And this is a trade. On the screen we have GBPSD. This is a trade that happened, and a trade that I've been waiting and anticipated for long, and finally played out. It is playing out, and I think it is currently at around 30 or 40 pips. And it is something that I knew that if I do this, this is what I will get. And I'll show you the precision in the entries. So guys, without further ado, I don't want to rant a lot. I just want to show you how it played out. This is analysis I did last week, and I shared it, I think, on Monday. So now it is playing out, and I was basically telling you that this is where we're supposed to buy from. This is where. So since it is playing out well, I want you to be like, oh, now he's just saying because it is playing out. No, this is something I told you some time back, and this is something that can help you to grow your small account. So guys, without further ado, let's go to the video. But before we go to the video, as a norm here, guys, you have to subscribe to the channel. We are growing to 200 subscribers, and so far we only have 150. So subscribe and be part of the community, guys. I'm going to be giving you free and premium content every day I release a video, and soon, guys, we're going to be going into lifestyle content. So guys, subscribe to the channel. 5 seconds, you subscribe, and then we proceed the video. Subscribe, guys. 5 seconds. Okay, I hope you guys have subscribed. So we are back to the video. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to clear everything on the charts, clear everything like that, and have a plain chart so I can take you through the process. Okay, so now what is the first thing you need to see? I always say the first thing you need to see is the trend. Where is the trend heading? On the time frame that you are in, the trend is upwards. How do we know? by the break of structure here. However, even if you don't go there, you have a rally, a base, a rally, a base, a rally. Now it's like we're forming a base. Oh, high, 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 low, high, 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 low, high, high, low. And see, even the higher lows are still in green, meaning that we are heading to the upwards. So now we're heading to the upwards. We know that we're looking for buys, primarily buys. So now that we know that we are looking for primarily buys, do we just buy immediately? No, we do not buy immediately. What do? We analyze the market and see areas where we're going to buy from. So this is the week, the previous week that ended. So this is the new week that the candle is still forming, and I'm expecting this candle to end as a bullish candle. However, we don't predict the market, we just react. So what do? Now that we have understood that the trend is bullish, and guys, I'm giving you a clear strategy step by step with precisions in entries. I know you've been in other videos, I've also watched them, and they're the ones that taught me those a lot of strategies. I've learned trend lines, I've learned support and resistance, I've learned SMC, I've learned ICT, I've learned top-down analysis, I've learned alchemist. There are many strategies that I've learned, but I've combined all of those to get something that can be simple, easily workable, can be repeated many times, and can be explained to anyone, even if it is a kid, and they'll be able to understand within shortest period of time, maybe a month or two, and they'll be able to understand. So I know you've learned all those strategies, but if the strategy is not giving you a step-by-step breakdown, giving you entries and telling you how to manage the trade, that strategy shouldn't be a strategy you should dwell on. So let's go to the strategy. So you start by identifying the trend is going up. So now identify the previous week opening price and closing price, and mark them. Opening price and closing price, and mark them. So now we know that we should be trading, at least we should be trading this range. Before we go up or down, we should be within this range. And you know, this is a weekly candle. That means when you go to the daily, there are 5 candles. When you go to the 4-hour, there are very many candles. So that means you have a lot of space to trade from. In between here, you can get 200 pips. In between here, you can get 200, or at least 100 to 200 pips. So don't say, oh, the range is small. No, you'll get pips, guys. And if you trade on the lower time frame, you can use your higher time frame as the daily and mark the closing and opening price of the daily. But me, I prefer enough space to work with. That's why I go to the weekly. So after marking the weekly, do you see any supply and demand areas on the weekly? No, we don't see any. So let me just mark this one with the blue line, this current week, such that we can be able to track where it starts from. So this is the previous week. I've marked it, opening and closing price. So drop down to the daily. On the daily, tell me, guys, what do you see on the daily? This is why I'm excited. What do you see on the daily? So for me, I'll tell you clearly that on the daily, what I see is, I see a supply zone on the daily from the previous week. Remember, this is the opening price of the previous week, and this is the closing price. It closed on this candle Friday. This is now the new week that we are in, this one that opened and then dropped, and now it's going up. So that means, let me just mark. If I mark here, like that, so where I've marked blue, just ignore anything. That is where I've marked blue. Yeah, so the previous week opens from here and closes from down here. I can just move this to the closing price and closes. That means open from here, rotated around, and then closed down here. Okay, so do we have any demand zone on the daily time frame? Yes. Where is the demand zone? It is here, this red candle here. Let's mark it clearly like that. So what is a typical demand zone? It is a base, a rally. So this is a base drop rally. This is base, and this is drop, base, rally. So price dropped, made a base here, and then rallied up, giving us a demand zone in this area. Okay, so now after we have marked the demand zone, we are waiting for this week to open, and then we're praying that price comes back in our demand zone and give us a buy to the upside. Good. So now that you get the idea, we are going to, this is the daily. We don't trade on the daily because our capital is not that much. So we are dropping down to the 4 hour to further refine the demand zone and make it small. This one here. So we are going to push it to this candle here. So mark the body and then up to the wick of the candle. So now what do you see, guys? What do you see? What do you see? What else do you want me to tell you, guys? What else do you want me to tell you? So what is happening is we came here. Let's put it this one here like that. You can put limit orders, or you can wait for price to come there and you enter manually. So our target is up here 100 pips first. So price came, opened here. This was Monday. This one, yes, this is Friday. This is Monday. Price opened from here, and you see this is our closing price. Price went up above our closing price. When it went up 1, 2, it gave us a small supply zone here. It went a rally up. Price came, tested the supply zone, went up, but I was not interested in the supply zone because my aim was, since there is a demand zone down here and there is a liquidity down here to come and strip, my hope was price should come down first, pick the liquidity and go up. Or if it is not doing that, if I'm to buy from up, it should take out this high. I'll take out this high, give me a demand zone around here, and then I'll buy. So that was my thought process. So what happened is price came down, tapped into the zone, and went up to around here. I think it tapped into the zone and gave us up to around 73 pips. Yes, up to around 70 pips, and then dropped down. So it came to not reach down again fully, and then it is going back. And look at how many pips we are in. 30 pips. I think this candle was here around 40, but right now currently this is live market, we are in 30 pips. Reacted off this mad with a sniper entry. So guys, people who want to flip the accounts, now this is what you're supposed to do. You know that when price comes here, it is going to turn around. Put your limit orders here. You have an account size of 100. Put your limit orders here. Let me see, 100. You need 10 pips. Yes, 10 pips. You're not hit. You see price stopped at around 7. So you put your limit orders there, account size of 100, and put your lot size of 1. That is if you have a broker who gives you unlimited leverage, which I definitely don't recommend, but then it's not my problem. It is your money. You have to apply risk management. So you put here, so price would have come, tapped you in, and then gave you all the way to $700 up to here. $700 you would have gone out by here. Or if you're not on the chart, it came back and now you're up in $330 here. 300 here, you're up $300 up to now. So guys, don't say I didn't tell you, don't say I didn't give you what you need to in order for you to succeed in this space called Forex. At least I've tried my level best. What I learn, I come and give you. So that is what we have on GBPUSD. Price is moving on wonderfully, just like we expected. So if you've learned something from the video, kindly subscribe to the channel. If you've also seen the video very valuable to you, you can always like or share with your friends such that they can also learn Forex with us. And I told you soon I'm going to be getting a better camera such that I can be doing videos where you can be seeing me. After, we are going to be incorporating a little bit of lifestyle content into trading such that you do not get bored. Okay, that is all for today, guys. That is all for today, and I wish you the best. Let's meet in the next video, but don't forget to subscribe. Bye.